In the month of November, we saw a lot of cards completely just start to bottom out. Mega Evolution seems to be a very affordable set. Phantasmal Flames seems to now be a very affordable set. We seem like we're on the verge. We're just right there. We're on the verge of finally getting that much needed correction. But that doesn't mean that once we close the book on 2025 and 2026 is here, that we're going to see a dramatic spike. We've seen it all, right, in the last couple of years. We've seen dramatic spikes, dramatic decreasing. We've seen even cards now being manipulated like Solosis, or check out now Kabuto King, right? We've seen that popular Reddit thread. So in this video, I have 10 cards that I think the everyday collector should go out and buy, as right now these cards are still in the realm of affordability, but it doesn't mean in the 2026 or even 2027, looking beyond 2026, that these cards won't be affordable. So we're going to get right into this video. But before we do that, if you guys can just do me the honor of please hitting that like button for me if you don't mind. And also, too, if you're new, consider hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to also tap that notification bell so you guys never miss when I drop a video. With that being said, let's head over to TCG Player and get right into my list. All right, we're about to get right into my list. Again, we have 10 cards that I think the everyday collector should go out and buy right now. Now, when I say buy these cards, I mean buy them by any means necessary. If you want to get these cards pre-slabbed, as I've shown time and time again in my videos, the PSA 9, the Tag 9s, they're all virtually the same price as the raw. Just insert 10 to anywhere from $10 to $20 of a difference in pricing. And sometimes, yes, the raw card and the pre-slabbed as a 9 price are virtually the same thing. So like, for example, like we got the first card in this list is the Snorlax from Scarlet and Violet promos. Scarlet and Violet Snorlax at like a PSA 9, I believe goes for about $20, $22, give or take. And sometimes, yes, you can probably maybe even do best offers and haggle, do all that kind of stuff on eBay. Like I said, I've shown it time and time again. So just for the sake of this video, to save some time, we're just going to be taking a look at TCG Player. And the first card on this list is Snorlax from Scarlet and Violet. The promo card from Scarlet and Violet. It's a very, very beautiful card. Scarlet and Violet has produced some amazing promos. We definitely got, blessed with a lot of great promos this year. And I do think that Snorlax is going to age very, very well over the course of time. Why do I say that? Well, just take a look at this time last year for this card. This card was just a $2.91 card. Look how many sold. 353 sold at that price. And now look at the price today. 346% increase. That's what, like I said, this is why I'm saying, like, pick these cards up now, because we don't know when we get into 2026. We just don't know if we're going to see another similar increase in percentage in that. If that were to happen, this card would be looking at a $25, $30 card. I would hate for you guys to pay that much money for a simple promo. Just take a look over the course of the last 3 months, right? What I was talking about earlier, in the month of November, we saw a lot of cards decreasing. So in September, this card was up to almost that $20 range, and it did crack over the $20 range right there, September 28th to September 30th, and then it just kind of bottomed out. And then the month of November, it really bottomed out, heading into really bottomed out, almost as low as $10.95. And now you're seeing here in the month of December, it's pretty much just gained only $2 or $3 since then. So again, 3-month sample, 1-year sample though. That's the kind of percentage I'm worried about right there. I don't want to see another similar increase in percentage. And I do think with this card, that can very well happen. So get this card now while you can, while it's still under $20. Just to juxtapose this card, by the way, and why I say this and why I'm so strongly in this belief, is take a look at this Pokemon Center stamped card going for $227, or directly from TCG, $259. The only thing, if you just click real quick as fast, like the only thing that separates it is that little stamp right there that says Pokemon Center. That is insane. That little stamp right there separates this and this from being a $13 card to a $220+ card. That is insane. And what I do think is going to eventually happen is a lot of people are going to, you're still going to have your deep whales that are going to collect these Pokemon Center stamps. More power to you. But a lot of people just don't have that type of money to just spend on a stamped card. So I think a lot of people will just start flooding over here and getting the cheaper alternatives. That's really what I'm trying to say. And this card is still under $20. Get this card while you can. Moving on, we have Beedrill, the alternative art, coming in at number 9 from Astral Radiance. This is a beautiful card, and a card that I'm still surprised is well under $50. But I'm happy to see that. This set came out in 2022, so it definitely is a much older set. We're going to be getting on that 4 and 5 year anniversary of this set. Take a look again. October, very strong for this card, almost peaking at that 50, and then once again, November hits, and we saw a lot of cards do this. This card currently trending downward, but if you take a look over the course of 1 year, back in this time last year, $26 card, now all the way up to $40 card. I really, really like this card, almost a full 50% increase. I think this card's going to be well over $50 in 2026 and could very well hit that $60, $70 range. So why spend that extra $20, $30 when you can just buy it right now for 40 bucks? And I do think this card is worth it at $40. Check out PSA 9s. They also go for about $45, $50. Moving on, Celebi V alternative art. I'm surprised this card has not broken that $100 range. Again, happy to see that from Fusion Strikes. Again, same deal. Go over the course of 1 year. 1 year ago, this was a $43 card. Its highest peak did reach that in September at 77. I thought that card was going to plateau around like that $69, $70 range. Right now, it's all the way back down to $59, which is really good. So in 1 year, this card's only seen a 36% increase. It's the reason why it comes in at number 8. Celebi is a fan favorite. A lot of people really like Celebi, and this is a beautiful looking card from Fusion Strikes. This was a card that got a lot of hype. A lot of people think in a couple of years this card will crack that $100 range. I know a lot of people this time last year were talking about this card as being the big breakout card. Didn't break out like people thought it was going to. Again, that's a good thing. So again, if you're an everyday collector, if you're someone new collecting Pokemon cards, you're just getting into the space, you can. I think most people can afford this card at around $60. I think most people can't if it goes over to that $150, $175 range. So don't wait for that to happen. Buy it now. Get it in your collection. Coming in at number 7, you'll see a very familiar theme with all 3 of these cards. It is the legendary dogs. So we have, first off, we have Entei V from Crown Zenith. Beautiful card from a very, very, very nice set. I think Crown Zenith is arguably the most underrated set. I freaking love Crown Zenith and a lot of cards that came from Crown Zenith. All the legendary dogs started off around like that $20, $26 range. And you can see pretty much almost all of them have gone up to that $36, $40 range. So 74% increase in just a 1 year time. So again, get this card while you can. And again, don't stop there. Pick up all the legendary dogs. I have 2 copies of all of them already pre-slabbed in PSA 9. I would like to actually get some tags. I know a lot of people complain because I do a lot of talking about PSA. The reason why I do so much talking about PSA too is because they have the most information. And when I'm making these videos, I want the place that has the most information. If you like tag, search them up on tag. If you like Beckett, go get him on Beckett. If you like CGC, go get CGC. I'm not complaining. Get him any means necessary. If you don't like PSA, then get them from anywhere else. Don't like any graded cards? No problem. Pick these cards up raw in single forms. Because again, I think all these cards have the potential to break out over the course of 1 year. And again, 1 year price, $25. Now today, $38.20. Highest peak was right around $50. That was almost a full 100% increase. So has come down a little bit, so do not wait. Get these cards now while you can. Of course, Raikou, Crown Zenith, another one. I think that currently the cheapest now. But again, you can see 1 year ago, all these cards were similar in price, 20, 25, 23, and now they're all kind of hovering around the same price, around that $30, $35 mark, 32% increase. So with that being said, all 3 legendary dogs making my list, coming in at number 7, 6, and 5. Coming in at number 4 is Unknown V alternative art from Silver Tempest. Another older set and a card that I do think kind of flies under the radar. I think this is definitely an underrated card for sure. Still very affordable as of right now, still under $20. So again, if you're new to collecting, this is a great card for collectors. Again, get it as a PSA 9. Really just, to my knowledge too, we have never seen any other unknown cards kind of printed in this type of format with the full alternative art, stuff like that. Still, again, under $20. Take a look at 1 year, $12, and now today, $19.41. Definitely on the lower end of the other scales. Like, we haven't seen more dramatic increases from other cards, like the Beedrills and the legendary dogs and stuff like that. So, and Celebis, of course. So this card over the course of 1 year really only rose up $7 more. So just coming in right there at number 4. Now for these next 3 cards, these are going to be cards that are going to be a little more heavy hitters, especially on the wallet. Especially the number 1 card is definitely going to be for those people who make a lot of money and have deeper pockets. So coming in at number 3, we have Latios and Latios from Sun and Moon Team Up. We all know the other heart-shaped Latios and Latios card that is well over $1,000. So in my opinion, that card is so far out of reach as far as affordability goes. So if you do want both of them on the same card from the same set in a cheaper alternative, well, here it is. And this card has definitely seen a dramatic increase over the course of 1 year. 1 year ago, this was a $23.72 card, and now it is selling around $63.56. That's a 167% increase. The other thing I do want to show you is this right here. Now, this isn't always the case. It doesn't mean that there's only 40 in the world, but just look at the near mint copies here on TCG Play. There's only 40 left. I have noticed that once they get down to like 20 or less, or even 10 or less, that's when things start getting incredibly more expensive. Like, you see dramatic spikes. So once these kind of sell out that are near mint, that's kind of it for you. Like, if you do want that near mint or almost perfect copy with no crazy scratches or creases and stuff like that, once those go, and then that all of a sudden sets a new precedent for the new price moving forward. So currently right now, this card is selling, I believe, let's go ahead and hit the new near mint condition. Let's see what we actually got going on. So you guys can see, yeah, near mint with a minor whitening, near mint, so 54, 57, 56, somewhere in that neighborhood. Again, I urge you, a lot of the Sun and Moon cards, I think next year are going to see more dramatic increases. This is a very popular set. We thought we were going to kind of get that with Journey Together. We did not. Dual Pokemon, maybe one day they can return. But these tag team cards are gorgeous. They're beautiful. The artwork is stunning, and they're very, very heavily loved by a lot of collectors. Coming in at number 2, also from Sun and Moon, Unbroken Bonds, Gardevoir, and Sylveon. This is a beautiful card as well. There's a full art version, but that full art is a little more expensive. This one is definitely a cheaper alternative. And again, has both Pokemon on the card. I love these type of tag team cards. I have a ton of them in my collection as well. 3 months ago was a $56 card, still holding pretty strong right now at 56, but if you hit that 1 year tab, you will see 1 year ago, again, $23 card, all the way up now to that 56 range, 139% increase. So again, my advice to a lot of you new collectors out there, do not wait, even old collectors too. I mean, honestly, if you don't have these cards in your collection, don't wait, get them now. And number 1 on my list is definitely going to be a heavy hitter, very expensive card. It is Arceus, Dialga, and Palkia GX from Sun and Moon Cosmic Eclipse. Listen, the truth is they just don't make them like this anymore. This is a beautiful card. It is very expensive, but if you just hit that 1 year tab, this time last year, this card was under $200, and now this card is $450. That's a 150% increase, and you can see it's only going to get more and more expensive if you hit that near mint. This is what I was talking about. When you see this, when they become 10 or less, it just means that that price is going to continuously go up. If you're a new collector or an old collector and you have deeper pockets and you have that money to spend, this is a card I would definitely buy right now. I can easily see this card cracking that 700, 750, and over the course of the next 5 years, I can see this card cracking that $1,000 range easily. Again, they just don't make them like this anymore. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. These are all 10 cards. I will make one more video of my top 5 cards to buy before 2026 hits. That'll come out next week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and you made it this far in the video, please hit that thumbs up button for me. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.